Okay, so we're back with 8.4 day 1 continued. All we have left to do are these 3 graphs. So maybe you can try these yourself and try and plot them on this grid here and then designate where the vertex is. So if you recall in vertex form, our equation is A times the quantity x minus h quantity squared plus k. Now this is a generality here. It could be minus k or plus k, but what we're basically telling you is it's the same sign as whatever your k value is, okay? So for example, if we look at this equation and compare it to the general form, you could see that our a value, which is really in front of the x, or the quantity x squared, is positive here. It's a positive 1. So this tells us that our parabola is going to open up. It's going to look something like this. Okay. Now we do have horizontal movement here because it's going to move horizontally because this is with the x. And the x affects a horizontal movement. And anything outside, away from it, is going to affect the y, or vertical movement at all. So in this case, remember that we're going to do the opposite horizontally, which tells us we're going to go 7 units to the right, because if we put a 7 in here, 7 minus 7 is 0. So we're going to move 7 units to the right, but then this tells us we're moving vertically up 8 units. So our vertex is going to be really at 7, 8, and it's going to open up like this. So if you notice, seven, 8 in this case is our vertex. This is the h and this is the k. That's where our vertex is, h, k. All right? If you look at the next one here, we have a leading coefficient of -1, which tells us we're going to open down. So this is going to be an upside down parabola. And our vertex, okay, if we're looking at this x value, this affects the x, that means we're going to horizontally shift it the opposite direction, 3 units to the left, and then this tells us vertically we're moving 3 units up. So we're going to put a dot right there by our vertex, and since this is opening down, we're going to open downwards. Now I'm not really concerned about how wide, again, your graph is, as long as it's a U, parabola shaped, as long as you indicate the vertex and the direction and the arrows. So the vertex is at -3, comma, +3. Okay? In our last example, this is a pretty large number, but really we only care about the direction of the graph. Since this is positive, this is going to open up. And since we are affecting our x value, that means horizontally we're shifting 4 units to the left, which is really the opposite sign of what we've expected. And this tells us vertically we're going to shift 1 unit down. So we're going to put a point right there. And since we're opening up, we're going to draw our U, or parabolic shape like this. So our vertex is at -4, comma, -1. Opposite of what's in here for h, same here what's for k. Okay? And that's it. That's all your notes for 8.4 day 1. Your homework is 8.4 day 1.